Well, there you go. First podcast of 2019.
Hello.
Here already.
All right.
Hello. Really doesn't seem like far ago when we were saying, right, we'll be back in a very long time.
Yeah. I mean, what's it? 3 weeks?
Yeah, it must
I think. Yeah.
Before Christmas, at least, definitely.
Well, yes. Definitely. Yeah. Didn't
Which
really do a lot
been and gone.
Christmas-wise,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
No. It's been and gone. Nearly 2 weeks into the new year already.
Yeah, that was it, folks. That was Christmas. Boom.
Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Now, let's get on with Valentine's Day and then Easter.
Yeah.
Easter eggs already in the shop, or at least, mini eggs and things like that.
Oh, God, yeah. And then it'll be Halloween, and then it'll be Christmas again. Yay!
Yeah, brilliant. And then 2020.
Yes.
Roll on 2020, that's what I say.
Yeah, no, this 2019 rubbish. It's nearly 2 weeks old already. We're already sick of it. Let's have 2020.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's enough.
Oh well. I think we've gone back to normal service resumed, I should say, probably.
Yeah. Has normal service been resumed with your recording and editing and uploading, do you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. I've it's Sunday now. I've actually uploaded 2 this following week, but at time of recording, I uploaded 1. But there's one scheduled for a Friday night. So it's,
okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and do at least 1 midweek, sort of around a Wednesday.
Mhm.
But if I've got 2, do a Tuesday and a Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So I've sort of in my mind now got, say it'll be a Wednesday video, then a Saturday video, then a Wednesday video, and then podcast Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And then Wednesday.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but if I've got ahead, like I have actually done this week, I'll do a Tuesday and a Thursday, and then podcast Sunday.
Oh, okay. Just to kind of spread them out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in this regard, Wednesday, Friday, because I actually, even though I was ahead, I accidentally just didn't realise what day was what. So I was like, oh, well, I'll go with it.
Yeah, I was kind of like that until this week, really. Not sure what day of the week it was, in fact, but I blame Christmas and New Year for that.
Yes, so do I. Do you think you've caught up and got ahead, or are on track?
I'm definitely not ahead, although
okay.
I did have Saturday evening free, so I will have, hopefully, got a little bit ahead there, and we'll kind of keep a similar sort of schedule as before Christmas, of weekly on a Tuesday, weekly on a Saturday, and then either a Thursday or this podcast on a Sunday, depending on what things are doing. I've just kind of changed slightly some of the things that I'm actually doing.
Right,
at least that's my intention at the moment. Again, as I said, kind of in my video at the beginning of the year and on the last podcast that we did, I'm kind of in a holding pattern until I move now. So I'll just sort of see how things go, and if I only do 1 or 2 videos, I'm not going to beat myself up about it.
No, that makes sense.
And then when we go 2.0 and the Twitch channel comes into effect, then there'll probably be less stuff on the YouTube channel as in terms of new stuff, but hopefully I'll work out how to do Twitch recordings and then put them on the channel after I've done them, because I know that's the thing.
It should be simple. Yeah, as I'm sure you've probably looked into and been influenced by, it seems simple enough from people that have streamed before. Because I've seen so many of the Pokemon ones, for example, where they do shiny hunting and they've got their reaction videos uploaded separately, and so it's like, so you must be able to get your footage from that in some way.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I've certainly seen people that, like, I haven't watched them on Twitch, but I've seen their Twitch footage on their YouTube channel. Yeah. Purely because it's been done like over in America, and they did it while I was asleep, and I wasn't prepared to wake up and watch it. Because I'm not an idiot.
No. I try and stick to British ones if possible, but not always the case.
No, of course.
That sounds alright. Well, I'll be watching on that one when it comes into play.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be getting fans go from one to the other and vice versa as well. So it's
Well, hopefully, but I mean, if they're separate, that's kind of why I'm structuring it the way they are. Some people only want certain things, don't they? So they can kind of focus on one thing and avoid the others.
Yeah.
It's just
I suppose that's
how
where
life is.
the Switch will come into play as well on Twitch mainly.
Switch on the Twitch, yeah. Yeah,
Switch on Twitch.
Switch on Twitch, yeah. It will be kind of newer stuff. Yeah, as I sort of said last year. So
yeah, if that's not the name of a series, I don't know what is.
what Switch on Twitch? What I call it Switch on Twitch, and I play PS4 games.
Yeah, there you go. That could do it. Yeah, I almost tried to record some PS4 footage the other day, but the capture card wasn't registering the signal, so I've got to just have a little look into the technical side of that. There's not a problem with it, I don't think.
No.
Bizarre. People should be like subscribers, if they're listening, can know that I found a way to basically make the technical issues to an absolute minimum. They still happen every so often, but I did 3 separate 15-minute recordings of just the Pokemon on the Switch, like the title menu with the music going, and one of them I don't think it skipped at all. One of them only skipped once for 1 second, and then the other one I think I got distracted whilst watching, so I need to go through it again. But it seems like I've updated the programming and I've changed the settings slightly, and it seems like it's okay. It seems like it's workable.
Okay, that's really weird, seeing as we've got exactly the same capture card and I've never experienced any of these problems ever.
Yeah, it is strange. I'm sure it is just a setting that I just need to check. But it's enough for me to record some stuff and then get onto the old Elgato support system when relevant. But yeah, at the moment it seems like I'm going to be doing a few more listy type things and get back to the gameplay in a few weeks, because I think November and December was quite overloaded with gameplay videos, mainly because the game was released. So
yes, of course.
Yeah, so I'm just cooling that down for a moment. I'm not, not completely, but just, I'll just cool it down. I actually recorded like a Master Trainer series, like where I did the Magikarp versus Magikarp. I recorded Caterpie versus Caterpie and that line. I've got the footage for that, but it skipped so often that it was very almost impossible to edit, because it would make my talking out of sync with the footage. So it's... But yeah, the Master Trainer series will return. Just people will have to bear in mind I'm now not only Gyarados Master Trainer, but Butterfree Master Trainer. Just bear that in mind. But yeah, it's we'll get back to it eventually.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So have you got any specific sort of gameplay areas you wanted to talk about, or have you got other things up your sleeve for today?
I have something quite nice and new and positive, and something that a lot of other people have shared their 2 pence on that I fancy chatting about.
Okay then.
That kind of
That
you don't really
intriguing.
need any in-depth knowledge on. I've kind of got a brief history, but yeah, just a kind of a general chat about it really.
Okay.
Was that throwing it over to me to go first then?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm intrigued now.
Okie dokie. Okie doke.
I don't even know what ballpark it's in. This is interesting.
Cool. So, yes, what I want to talk about is a brand new promotion that got announced beginning of the year called All Elite Wrestling.
Okay.
Which a lot of people have been talking about. Little quick history. Back in May 2017, a fan on Twitter asked Dave Meltzer, who is like one of the leading wrestling-based journalists, who's been going for like 20-30 years, if they thought that Ring of Honor, which is a sort of fairly big promotion in America, not sort of WWE big, but probably the 2nd or 3rd biggest in North America, whether they would ever be able to sell out a 10,000 seat arena. And
okay.
he replied immediately saying, not a chance. Just for some context, the last time that was done outside of a WWE organisation in North America was way back when WCW still existed, in April of 2000. They managed to sell, or they managed to fill an arena with 12,556 seats. However, only 8,377 of them were actually sold tickets. The others were all kind of press people and comps and things like that. Yeah. So the last time they actually managed to sell over 10,000 was in November in 1999.
Oh, right.
They managed to sell 12,119. So, just for some context, this hasn't been done for a while.
That's right. 99 seemed a prime year for wrestling then, seeing as from your WrestleGamia 2 recently.
Well, that was when it was kind of in its heyday, yes. That was kind of the Monday Night Wars between WWF, as it was at the time, and WCW. WCW kind of starting to slow down a bit and kind of wane. They did only last until March of 2001 before they folded. And basically since then, in North America, WWE have had no competition really, not viable competition. So yes, a fan asked Dave Meltzer, he said not a chance, and a wrestler by the name of Cody Rhodes basically took him up on that and said, I'll take that bet. And in September last year, put on with a couple of other people a show called All In, and they sold out a 10,000 plus seat arena in 29 minutes and 36 seconds.
Blimey.
Yes.
Okay.
And they have now announced that they have started their new organisation called All Elite Wrestling, basically.
Okay.
Yes, and they have managed to kind of get the finances or the financial backing of the Khan family, who currently own the Jacksonville Jaguars in, obviously, Jacksonville, Florida, and Fulham Football Club.
All right. Those
Khans. And their net worth is $6.4 billion. The McMahons, obviously, who own WWE, just for comparison, their net worth is, from what I could find anyway, and this is a slightly older figure, is $3.5 billion. So we kind of potentially have another Monday Night Wars on our hands, potentially. Because there was a massive kind of press rally this Tuesday with announcements of another show, which will be in May in Las Vegas, which will be in they said it was about a 18,000 seater arena. So they're kind of going bigger, and they've called that Double or Nothing. They've also trademarked a name for a show, Tuesday Night Dynamite. So chances are they're going to try and do some kind of weekly show on a Tuesday evening to, again, compete. Apparently there are a few potential TV deals in the works at the moment, but nothing's been confirmed. But really, that's kind of the only thing they don't have at the moment, because they've already managed to sign up about a dozen wrestlers, and they've been going for a week and 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. And they've already managed to do all this. They've been kind of known to the public, shall we say, for about 2 weeks. So, rather exciting times.
And is that basically what the journalist guy was saying? This can't be done, and they've done better.
Yeah, Effectively, yeah. And it's all come off the back of a tweet from a fan to a wrestling journalist, and somebody in the business seeing that and saying, I'll take you up on that bet. I think he did actually bet him $1.
Oh, right.
To say, I can do that. And he did.
Did he get that dollar?
I hope so. I think it was for $1. It was something meaningless like that. It was basically for the sake of saying I can do it.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and they managed to do it. And sort of bearing in mind, obviously, those shows that I was talking about that WCW did those figures for, that was with an already established roster of people. It was with, when they had a TV deal, they were doing weekly shows on there to create kind of storylines and characters, and they were still only kind of getting those figures. And this all-in show was announced a fair few months in advance, but because they were just kind of bringing together anyone that they could get hold of to sign sort of a one-deal contract for that show, they weren't able to put in place any kind of meaningful storylines, any kind of meaningful feuds, which is kind of what ticket sales really revolves around, and they still managed to sell out in less than half an hour.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So quite what they're going to be able to do if they actually manage to get a TV deal, or if they manage to kind of stream a show themselves, maybe on their own kind of network.
Yeah.
Where you kind of subscribe and, I don't know, pay to see a show on their own website, whether they kind of want to go down that role instead of a TV deal. I don't know. But, yeah. Quite promising.
Yeah, that sounds like they'd make a fortune if they could pull that off.
Well, this is it.
Well, they sort of already are pulling it off, but, you know, in a more consistent manner, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That sounds incredible.
And the thing that people have sort of said over the years as to why there's not been kind of any risk to the McMahons and WWE, and because there's no competition, is because people haven't got the money to invest in it. Yeah. And obviously here we've got an investor with sort of nearly twice as much money.
That sounds insane.
Yes, it is rather. It's a lot of people are, I think, building it up a bit too quickly because, as I said, it's 2 weeks old and they've only done one show before they even really existed as a company. But the people involved know how to market themselves very, very well. They know and understand what fans want to see. They understand how to market themselves on social media, and kind of get that backing, hence why they were able to sell out their arena last time with kind of no TV deal, no significant storylines, anything like that. They were just kind of able to create a lot of buzz about it throughout the year, and sell tickets.
And I'm assuming you're going to be one of these punters who will be finding out how they can view at any opportunity.
I will certainly be keeping a close eye on it, yes. I mean, I don't tend to watch that much outside of the WWE bubble, mainly because a lot of it is quite difficult to see, or it's on quite expensive internet mediums. Things like Ring of Honor aren't the easiest things to get hold of. A lot of these guys have been involved over in Japan, and they do have, but obviously with it being Japanese programming, sometimes it can be a bit difficult to follow. And I am aware that match quality tends to be a lot better, but I think, as I've said probably to yourself, and I've certainly said over on my channel, I'm a lot more interested in kind of the characters and the stories. And when a lot of that is happening in Japanese, it can be quite difficult to, at least for me, to really get invested in.
Yeah, you can get a hell of a lot more from just to be invested into the story.
Yeah, exactly. That's sort of why, even years ago, I never bothered kind of doing Japanese import gaming, just to experience what the game was like, because I wouldn't really be able to get the most out of it. I wouldn't be able to properly understand it. I didn't want to kind of sit there with translations from the internet while I'm trying to play something. It just kind of detracts from the experience.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the same reasoning, really. But with this being a North American or predominantly USA company, hopefully that won't be a problem.
Hopefully not.
No. So yes, watch this space.
That sounds fairly intriguing. I'll look forward to sort of what's the word? Content from your channel on that subject.
Yes, definitely. Any
much detail.
Indeed, as much detail as I can get hold of, anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, that was kind of my. Right. Let's start the year on a positive. Well, they managed to really do that and hit the ground running with it. Oh,
go on.
Sorry to interrupt. What I should say, one of the big names they've managed to sign is even a name you might recognise from way back in those 99-2000 days. One Chris Jericho.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know of the name.
Yes.
Not just from your recent video, I know of the name, yeah.
So, yes.
Oh, okay.
That
sounds interesting.
Yes. Indeed.
Is he still doing all of his moves and...
yes. He, considering his age, he can still put on a pretty damn good show. And has managed to kind of reinvent his character as the years have gone on, and remain relevant to a current audience. He certainly isn't trying to be the person he was in the year 2000, but he is still very good at what he does.
Oh, okay then.
Yes.
That sounds intriguing.
Yes.
Well, watch this space then, people.
Indeed.
That will be here. That will be here soon. Oh, okay then. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's a sort of like a vague contrast of what I was going to bring to the table today. If that makes sense. Okay. Whereas I was, from wrestling to Pokemon, as our chats usually go from.
Yeah, they do tend to.
Yeah, they do tend to, unless something happens.
Of course, yes.
But not much has happened lately. It's all quiet on that front, although 2019 is the year of Generation 8 in Pokemon, so that's going to be just... Oh, interesting.
Is that going to be on the Switch?
Yeah, that will be.
Cool.
Yeah, what they did for the last generation was about once a week or so they released a sort of 1-2 minute video of a couple of the new Pokemon, and then a week later release another one.
Oh, okay.
They'd never tell you when they were going to do one, but it tended to be around a Tuesday, sort of 3 o'clock-ish. But yeah, I'm hoping they do the same for this year, because then I can just get home and just tell everyone immediately, fresh off the press, what I think of what they're releasing.
Cool.
But anyway, yeah, that was just a side plan. Seeing as you now have a Switch and the Let's Go game is widely available to you.
It is, although I've not found a copy of it yet anywhere that I've been.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. That must be a testament to its popularity.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because I certainly want a copy of it.
Yeah, they do exist. It will have new types and new moves in there, but 90% of it is basically what you should recognise just in 1080p graphics. So
cool, lovely.
But yeah, so what I've done was for today I've looked at 10 Pokedex entries from Generation 1 Pokemon.
Okay.
And I was just going to see if you could guess some of them. To be fair, I'm going to say a good 7 or so should be fairly achievable.
Right.
There are degrees of difficulty, but some of them are quite straightforward.
Okay.
So for example, if I was to say to you, this Pokemon has electricity storing pouches on its cheeks. These appear to become electrically charged during the night while it sleeps. It occasionally discharges electricity when it is dozy after waking up. What would that one be? I think the electricity storing pouches on its cheeks are probably the biggest giveaway.
Well, it's either a Pikachu or a Raichu, I would say, for that.
Yeah, it's a Pikachu, that one.
Right, okay.
So that's the example.
Cool.
Now, yeah, so I'll just go through, see how your knowledge has fared over the years. And we'll see how it goes. So,
okay.
Yeah, well, nowhere else to start, really, apart from the first one, number 1, which reads... Oh, these are all from varied games as well. I just tried to find the most sort of... What's not challenging, but, like, quiz-worthy. So it has clues in there.
Oh, okay, so they might be from, like... Sun and Moon, but they're still Generation 1 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they're just the one I thought could provide the most clues. Or
right,
yeah.
Cool, okay.
So the first one being, it flies around the sky in search of powerful opponents. It breathes fire of such great heat that it melts anything.
Charizard, surely. Yeah?
That is a Charizard. Yeah.
Cool.
1 for 1. See, I tried to... There were loads about it breathing fire, but there was only really one that was on about flying, so I was like, right, there you go, that's good.
Oh, okay, yeah, because then it could have been... Yeah, any number of things, potentially. Cool, okay.
Any number of things.
I get the idea now.
Yeah, so that's 1 for 1, that's not bad. I've tried to make the first few
record.
fairly... Yeah, see, there you go, we'll stop now,
Can I quit now? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've tried to make the first few the most simpler ones, but to be fair, there's quite a fair... This is 10 out of 10 is achievable. Anyway,
okay.
The second one, there you go, number 2. Its large body is over 26 feet long. Can you think of any yet? I have got another sentence.
I've got one that's immediately come into my head, but I'm not going to say it yet. If you've got more to say.
Okay. Despite its size, it can squirm its way through the ground at 50 miles per hour.
Onyx?
That is Onyx.
Yes.
See, there you go. There's not many that are 26 feet long, so that's a...
No, I thought it might be that or a Snorlax.
Yeah.
Sadly but when you said about going through the ground, I was like, oh, well, it's not that then, is it?
Yeah. essentially a ground snake.
Yes.
There you go. Number 3, this should be fairly simple as well. A vicious psychic Pokemon created by genetic engineering. Its cold, glowing eyes strike fear into its enemy.
Genetic engineering?
Yeah.
Cold,
a vicious psychic Pokemon created by genetic engineering.
Kadabra?
No, it's not. That's Mewtwo.
Oh, of course it is.
It's
I forgot that was a psychic type.
Yeah. See, that's a clone from Mew, apparently.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
There's lots of yeah. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's lots of stuff. There's a fair amount of stuff on that in the game. Anyway. Right. Yeah. Moving on to number 4. It can fly... Oh, this is a good one, actually. It can fly in spite of its big and bulky physique. It circles the globe in just 16 hours.
Big and bulky physique?
Yeah. I enjoyed this one.
All I can think of are birds like Spearow and Fearow and Pidgeotto and...
It's got arms and legs, if that's a good enough clue.
Yeah, well, I was thinking it probably isn't a bird if it's sort of rounded. The only other thing I can think of that can fly, obviously other than a Charizard, is maybe Dragonite.
Oh, okay. Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is it? Ah, cool.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't think they were particularly bulky, though.
No, but, well, depends really, I suppose. I think that did come from a Generation 1 game as well, that entry.
Yeah.
But yeah, right, number 5.
Cool.
Its stomach's digestive juices can dissolve any kind of poison. It can even eat things off the ground. One would hope this one's simple as well.
Its stomach can what?
Its stomach's digestive juices can dissolve any kind of poison. It can even eat things off the ground.
The only thing I can think of, and I don't know why this has popped into my head, maybe because of the poison aspect, is a Victory Bell.
I thought that's what you may say, but that's the wrong answer.
Ah.
It's Snorlax, actually.
Oh. Because it does literally just eat everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good one. I liked that one.
Ah, very good. Yeah. Right. Damn it.
This is a fun one. I like this one. It seductively... hang on, I've got to say that again. It seductively wiggles its hips as it walks. It can cause people to dance in unison with it. I liked this one. This is fun.
Oh, is that a Jinx?
That is a Jinx, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that Pokedex entry and I was like, yep, that's the one. That's going in.
I think that's mainly come into my head from watching the really old cartoons.
Yeah. When it had a black face and it was
yes,
in much controversy.
Back before they made it racially acceptable.
Yeah, made it purple.
Yes.
There's actually a Christmas episode where they meet Santa and he's got a black Jinx.
Okay.
They don't show it anymore, funnily enough.
No.
Anyway, yeah, number 7, so that's 4 for 6. That's not bad, actually.
Okay, so if I can get sort of 3/4...
Yeah, if you can get 7 or 8, that's pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, number 7. Forms colonies in perpetually dark places. Uses ultrasonic waves to identify and approach targets.
Now, I don't know about the ultra waves thing, because that's leading me somewhere else.
Right, okay.
Colonies. Oh no, I suppose it probably could be. Ooh. Can you read it one more time, please?
I can,
Because I'm torn between two things now.
That's right. Forms colonies in perpetually dark places. Uses ultrasonic waves to identify and approach targets.
Right.
There are
because
many
of
clues
because of the ultrasonic thing, I'm steering away from my initial thought, and I'm going to say a Zubat.
That is a Zubat, yeah. What was
at
your
first
initial
I thought
thought?
it was. Well, at first I thought it was a Doug trio.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Because of the dark and the colonies, but as soon as you said ultra waves, I was like, well, it's definitely not anything to do with that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Cool.
We'll move on. What's that, 5 from 7? We'll move on to number 8 then. Yeah, okay. This could be... Oh, this is interesting. The 3... yeah, the 3 heads express joy, sorrow and anger as they plan strategy together. When it sleeps, 1 head remains awake.
3 heads.
Yeah, there's actually at least 4 Pokemon in Generation 1 that have 3 or more heads. I'll read it again. The 3 heads that express joy, sorrow and anger as they plan strategy together. When it sleeps, 1 head remains awake.
I wonder if that is a Doug trio.
Is that your answer?
I've got another thing in mind, but I don't think it's got 3 heads.
Okay. What's your other thing in mind?
My other thing in mind is a wheezing, but I'm pretty sure there's 3 connective things, but only 2 of them are heads.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that. And I can't think of anything else with multiple heads.
Are you going for, what was it you said, Doug Trio?
So I'm going to have to go for Doug Trio, because it's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, it's actually Dodrio.
They've only got 2 heads.
That's a Doduo.
Oh!
This is a Dodrio,
yes.
yeah. That's what I was saying. It could be like there's Dodrio, Magneton, Doug Trio, and Exeggutor.
Oh, of course, Magneton. Yes.
Yeah, they've all got multiple heads. That's why I thought that could be a good one actually.
Yes, didn't even think about Magneton. Yeah.
4 Generation 1 Pokemon with 3 or more heads. I don't think there's been many after thinking about it.
Well, am I right about the wheezing thing? That's not got 3 heads, is it?
No, that's just got 2. Just 2.
Just two, but it's also got a third weird connective thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's based off of like a tumour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's horrible when you read into its origin.
Yeah.
Hence why it's a
It
poison
doesn't look
type,
a very
I suppose.
happy thing.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Number 9 then. 5 for 8. Number 9. We can get there. On every.
Still get 7 then, maybe.
Yeah. You can do. On every night of a full moon, they come out to play. When dawn arrives, they go to sleep, nestled up against each other in a deep, quiet mountain. There's a few clues in there. On every night of a full moon, they come out to play. When dawn arrives, they go to sleep, nestled up against each other in a deep and quiet mountain.
See, the full moon thing says I'm kind of leaning towards a werewolfy thing, but I can't think of any wolf type in Generation 1 at all. I can think of foxes, but I can't see why they would have anything to do with the full moon or mountains. And I can't think of anything else mountain-wise other than, well, rock type stuff that I don't think is it.
I think the key word in all of it is moon. I think that's the key word.
Yeah. I couldn't even hazard a guess.
Do you want me just to say?
Yeah, put me out of my misery.
That is a clefairy.
Oh.
Because they're from Mount Moon. Every night, on every night of a full moon, they come out to play.
Yeah.
So.
I was just thinking that I was expecting their entry to say something about singing.
Oh, right, yeah. Some others might do. I can't remember now.
Yeah. Damn it.
But,
okay.
That's all right. There's one more.
Right.
This is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it.
So this is to get more than half.
This is to get more than half.
Right.
But half is still good, I suppose. Yeah. Number 10. Here you go. It is inept at turning because of its 4 short legs. It can only charge and run in one direction.
4 short legs.
Yeah.
Charge and run. No. 4 short legs. I can't think of anything with only 4 short legs. Charge and run. No, the only things I can think of are like a Bulbasaur, but they haven't got like particularly bad turning circle. And surely their thing wouldn't say anything to do with charging and running. It would be to do with like leaves and vines and stuff.
You're getting stumped by a Bulbasaur's axis. So.
Yeah. I can't not answer again. I honestly can't think of anything that's got really stumpy legs that would have that much of a problem.
Trying to think of a clue. I can't actually think of a clue.
No.
It's a rock and ground type. There you go.
No.
I don't know if it's going to help you, but its evolution is the first Pokemon ever created, actually.
I wouldn't know what that is.
Fair enough.
No.
Alright, shall I say?
Yeah, you'll have to put me out of my misery again.
It's a Rhyhorn.
Oh.
And Rhydon was the first Pokemon ever designed and created.
Was it?
Yeah. That's why all the statues in red, blue and yellow are look like Rhydons, because they made all the statues to be the first one ever made.
Oh, okay, to kind of symbolise this is where it started, at least in our kind of brain.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. I suppose that makes sense with the whole charging thing and... Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that wasn't too bad.
Surely it's based on a rhino, right?
Yeah.
They can turn.
Rhinos can turn.
Yeah.
I assume. I'll be honest, I haven't really looked into that, but
I'm pretty sure I must have seen them on some kind of documentary turning at some point.
yeah.
Oh well, I got
would
half.
think so. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, you got half. That's all right. That's not too bad. Yeah, hopefully put you in the mood to go out and find Let's Go now, so that'd be good.
Yeah, well, I've been looking for it anyway. I will be. I will be making sure that my Zelda machine evolves into a Zelda and Pokemon machine. So
yeah,
that will be a thing.
Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and try and make you buy it, but no, I'd recommend.
No, I do want to. That's basically the intention for me with the Switch, is to get all the kind of exclusive games that pique my interest. I won't be kind of going out and getting AAA type games on it, because obviously I've got a PS4 for that, which will play them better. But yeah,
no, it should be fun then.
Yes.
Okay, well that's that was all from my section anyway. That's all right. 5 out of 10. You can be proud of that.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll try and think of something informative for next episode.
Yeah, I've got no idea. I'll probably do what I normally do and think of something that day.
Yeah, yeah. We've never done that. Don't be silly. We don't do that every time.
We're always really, really prepared, and come well equipped with.
Yeah, I'll try and think of something non-Pokemon next time as well.
Okay, fair dues.
Try and think.
Okay.
I'll try and think of something else.
Yes,
Possibly,
well, I think I'm going to be kind of probably more gaming related next time anyway, just so that there's a bit more of a conversation rather than me talking at you for however long.
Oh no, that's all right. I don't mind. Oh well, yeah. I'm going to go put my dinner on now then.
Okie dokie, and yes, I suppose I better eat as well.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Yeah, until next time. I shall see you later.
Ta-ta.